Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American over here in Germany, tasting often rare and exotic whiskeys. Another single cask, this time from Douglas Lang, Provenance, 8-year-old Glen Garioch, Highland region, non-chill filtration, no color filtration, or no coloration. Now, this bottle cost me 55 euros. It is a single cask, and it is from Douglas Lang. Now, Douglas Lang has a series called the Provenance, and what they do is they take some of the younger whiskeys, off between 8 and maybe 12, 13 years of age, single casks, usually bourbon, or hogsheads, or ex-oak barrels, and they bottle them. So sometimes it's single, small batch where they'll put two together, but this is something that I personally have never actually done a video about. I like Douglas Lang, so some of their interesting things could be, for example, oh wow, I actually got rid of that, didn't I? Could be, yeah, they have Premier brand, which is more of a ceramic type of thing. They have then here the Provenance. They have the exceptional single cast, the old particular, the extra old particular, and the extra old particular black, XOP black. I think I have a Bunnahabhain, it's something 28 years old, XOP black. And then they have, of course, their remarkable regional malts. They have their Big Pete from Islay. They have the Scallywag. They have the Timorius Beastie, wow, that was badly pronounced, Rock Island, the Epicurean, and the Goldrens. I think what they're doing with Douglas Lang is fairly interesting. And I must admit, I bought this one on purpose. What am I going to compare it to? I'm going to compare it to a standard Glen Garioch. Now, this is their 1797 version, 48%, non-chilled filtered, but it does have coloring. All right, so yes, they still use coloring. Sorry, shame on them, and so on. Now, Glen Garioch, at least in my memory bank, it has two interesting things. It had the Renaissance. I think it was 4 different years which they did things like that. And there's the 15-year-old, the infamous 15-year-old Glen Garioch. It used to be travel retail. It's been going away officially now for 6 to 8 years, but it's still always somehow there, at least in Germany. Very, very nice diva of a whiskey for me. Now, Glen Garioch, I'm going to make a prediction for the year 2023. All right, you ready? My prediction is Glen Garioch is going to drop a bomb of a whiskey in 2023. They might just rebrand and give us things that were like, wow. They might just actually have one special release where everyone goes, oh, I need to have this. This is what I want to have. That's what I'm expecting from Glen Garioch 2023. Why? Now, 2021, they started 2022, they reinstalled their malting floor. Up to 25% of their malted barley they can do themselves now. Wow. Highland Park only does 30. They can now do 25. Yay. They have reinstalled direct fire to their pot still. No, the only other place I really know that does direct fire in a big order like that is going to be Glenfarclas. All right, so they need a rummager in there, and they need to really, really make sure they want that Maillard effect to actually have a little bit like a steak, where the sugar and the enzymes in there get a little bit turned into like a caramel. It's a wonderful, wonderful moment if you can do it right. And it's not Beam in America that's actually pushing all these changes. It's Suntory from Japan that says we want to make Glen Garioch the old style. And to be very honest, I'm all for that. I think that's why they're going to now, they have the visitor center there, they have changed a lot of things, and now they're ready to put out fantastic whiskey in the future. I think this is a gem that's just waiting to be discovered. All right, so as far as I'm aware, all of their products are non-chilled filtered, so at least 46, if not 48% ABV. And unfortunately, sometimes they do, like in this case, use a little bit of that artificial coloring. Shame on you. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. All right. This is non-chilled filtered. This is 46%. This is a single cask, and this has no artificial coloring whatsoever. What really bothers me, and I'm going to talk about this, is they actually now, Douglas Lang, I don't know if it's a Germany exclusive or we only in Germany get some of these new products from the Provenance single cask series. They have a Ethyl. Yeah, 10 years old, cost over here 70 euros. We have a refill barrel, 316 bottles. We have a Tanninik, 8 years old, from a refill barrel, 316 bottles for 55 euros. We have an Aberfeldy, 8-year-old, from a refill hogshead, 367 bottles for 55 euros. We have a Jura, 10-year-old, from a refill hogshead, 266 bottles. Not that many, there should be more, for 58 euros. We have a Inchgauer, 8-year-old, from a refill hogshead, 416. That's what we're looking at. That's 250 liters times 0.7 or divide by 0.7, and you basically get how many bottles you have, because we're adding up more water to dissipate the amount of whiskey lost through evaporation, angel share. They have an Aaron, beautiful, beautiful picture here of an 8-year-old ex-bourbon barrel, 336 bottles. All right, so then you have ours, which is the Glen Garioch 8-year-old from a refill barrel with 211 bottles at 46%. That's only 150 of the possible 200 liters. And then they added water on top of this. They diluted it down to from cask strength down to 46. There might be someplace in the world another 200 bottles just floating around there someplace. I don't know. Maybe someone can give me information why they only got 211 bottles from a refill barrel at 46% after 8 years. Maybe it was a lower barrel entry proof. They don't normally do that. Maybe the barrel leaked. Could be. Maybe this was a barrel they drank from a lot and was like, okay, whoops, that's all that's left. I don't know. All right, there are some tasting notes here on the tin, so I'm going to do my own and then go back to that. Now, on the nose, this is interesting. I get a little bit of a lemon meringue. I like my lemon meringue. Citrus moment with barley sugars and a little bit of honey. It says here that I should have freshly baked bread. I don't really get the baked bread part. Then comes porridge and golden syrup. All right, golden syrup is a corn syrup they use in the in UK when they have their pancakes. They don't always use the maple syrup that we have in America, and the porridge could be any type of porridge. It could be based on different products. But yeah, okay, I like this nose. This is like a summer whiskey. This is not complex. This is not going to overpower you, but it's very, very nice. All right, cheers. 46%. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. What I like about the Provenance series is we have distillery character. How many times have other people complained, oh, I would just like to have the distillery character. It's just steam-rollered over with the finish, the port finish, the sherry finish, the Zaltan finish, the wine finish, the whatever finish. Here we get pure spirit. All of the products, at least in this outturn, have been refill barrels, refill. These are not overpowered by wood. They're not first fill bourbon. They're probably even not a second fill bourbon. But still, this actually allows the spirit itself to shine. And that's what I'm looking for. The first thing I read that and I was like, I think I just want to do tasting all 6 of these to really show the different facets of the different characters of the distilleries. It comes through on the palate. It's thick. It's almost like has a waxiness of a Kleinlich. I had the word condensed milk in my head. It's like, that can't be. And then we have like honey, like a dark Turkish delight type of honey. and we have the barley sweetness. It's absolutely, this is a C plus whiskey for me, which I was not expecting from this bottle. Now, it says here that we have thick and oily. I talked about waxy, but very good. Clotted cream. Condensed milk, clotted cream, close enough. Buttery biscuits. Remember, British biscuits are cookies. And real honeyed barley style. I have no idea how we have honeyed barley, but that's fine. The finish lingers with a warming spiciness of cinnamon and baking spice. Yep. With green apple peel. Yep. A little bit green apple in here. That's a wonderful whiskey for 55 euros. Would I prefer it 48, 50% ABV? Probably. But I do like my drinking whiskey to be between 46 and 50% or 53%. So this is perfect. 55 euros, it's a solid C. Now, 6 years ago when I started my channel, I would have went 55 euros for 46%. Are you kidding me? But it is a single cask. It is non-chilled filtered. It is no color added. And it does give a, I'm going to say the word fair representation of what the distillery character really is. And so from that point of view, I love this whiskey. All right, so very, very nice. Now let's briefly go over to the 1797 here from Glen Garioch. This is going to run you around 32 euros, I think, at the moment in Europe. 55, 32. Interesting enough, 48%. Interesting enough, this is actually less peppery on the palate, less alcohol intense. This is the 46%, very, very well done. I added water in my German video. I almost broke it. I went down like 40%. It was almost diluted, watery. 46% is nice. I don't understand why more people forget about, ignore, put their noses up with Glen Garioch. I think they make interesting, good products, and I think they're gonna wow us this year. I really, really hope that my prediction comes true. That would, first of all, validate me, and second of all, I think Beam Suntory, especially with what they're doing in Scotland, especially what they're doing in Scotland with Glen Garioch, is remarkable. And so I would love for them to hit a home run and have something that the whole world starts talking about. You heard it here first, WhiskyJason. My prediction of the year, Glen Garioch's going to have something amazing that we're all going to talk about. And maybe I'm going to be sitting here in my studio 2023 in December go, well, that was a swing and miss. Could be. All right, 2 questions. Number 1, Glen Garioch, any favorite products you like from them? And number 2, I'm going to go through 3 questions. Number 2, Provenance. Have you tried any things from Douglas Lang's? Tried them, liked them, enjoyed them, discovered any hidden jewels? And number 3, what is your prediction for 2023? Which distillery is going to wow us this year? And I mean wow us with a nice release. So could be US, could be Irish, could be European, could be world, could be single malt Scotch, could be blended malt. I think there's going to be a lot of good blended malt out there that we might be able to discover in the future. Thank you very much for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing, telling others, and seeing you soon. WhiskyJason here. Bye-bye.